So I have been asked many times, what's the best advice you've ever received and from whom? So the best advice I've ever received was from my parents. My mother was the classic storyteller of Indian mythology, and my father was a healer, a physician, a cardiologist, and an army doctor. To me, my mother was the Indian goddess Saraswati, the total embodiment of wisdom and knowledge. And my father was a spiritual warrior, but also a healer. And together, they embodied in me everything I have today in my life. So, what's the best piece of advice I got from them? The advice was, true success comes from self-power. I'll repeat that. True success comes from self-power. True success is defined as the progressive realization of worthy goals, the ability to love and have compassion, and to be in touch with the creative power inside you, the ultimate and supreme genius that mirrors the wisdom of the universe. And self-power is true self-esteem. Self-power is not agency power. Agency power is outside power that comes from a title, from a bank account or money, from contacts, or what you might say, your network of connections. Agency power is weak because it only lasts as long as the agency lasts. True power comes from self-esteem, the core of your being. It has the following characteristics. When you have true power, you're independent of the good and bad opinions of the world. You're immune to criticism and flattery, but responsive to feedback. You're fearless. You feel beneath no one, but also superior to no one. And when you come from the core of that being, and you ask yourself, how can I help? Then you have true power. Of course, these principles were gradually inculcated in me through storytelling. So my mother told me the stories of Hanuman, the god who came from total service, or Ram, whose power came from the dharma, upholding the principles, and laws of nature, and Saraswati, whose power came from wisdom, knowledge, arts, and science. Remember, these gods and goddesses were not external deities, but symbolic expressions of higher states of consciousness that we all have access to. So that's it. That's the best advice I received. True success comes from self-power.